Hey, class. So I want to spend a little time walking through our course structure and talking about the course syllabus. So I'm going to move quick. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask via email or request a video conference, whatever you need. But here we go. So first off, course navigation. When you first log into the course, you log into Eagle Online. You can select your courses up here using this little tab. And you can see I have a lot of courses in here. Most of you should only have a handful, but if you do have more than a few, you can pin them so they remain right at the top of your list so they're easy to retrieve. I'm going to switch to a student view so it looks like your view. And this won't matter on this page, but once we get to the internals of the course. All right. So on this homepage, here's a picture. We'll talk about this painting later on in the course, but you can take a look. This is when your various units are due. You can take a look here at the agenda, and the agenda will show you when content is due. I like that agenda view. I think it's a little bit more useful. But there's some tabs up here that you'll need to use regularly. Primarily, contents and grades will be the most useful for you. Assignments you can go into, but by and large, you shouldn't need to. But let's take first a look at content. So if you take a look here at content, you will see each week you have, let me move this, different, this is the course introduction unit. And so you can go through these. There's a few more videos I'm going to add to this course introduction. But then you can also look here for unit 1, which this is what a typical unit will look like each week. At the top, I'll do an introduction. I'll talk about the unit. I'll give a little lecture on some of the topics that we're going to be covering. I'll include a series of YouTube videos, PDFs, readings in here. In general, I encourage you to move through these from top to bottom. And then you'll see towards the bottom of each unit, you'll have a quiz, which requires you to use Revel Pearson. You'll have reader response questions. And then this is where you will submit those reader response questions. I have a whole nother video on how you access these questions. And then finally, a flip grid, which is also another video up here in the course introduction on your flip grids. So let's go back up here to course introduction and take a look at you can see right here, we have the course syllabus. And I want to walk you through sort of the structure of the course. So first off up here is my contact information. I'm going to add the name I go by, which is my middle name, Conrad. I encourage you all, just call me Conrad. That works perfect. This is a phone number that you are welcome to reach me at if the necessity arises. Typically, email is going to be the best form of communication. That's going to be the easiest and the most responsive. Office hours. Typically for online courses, I do digital office hours and I do them anytime. I'm very flexible. I have 3 kids. I'm home a lot. I'm happy to meet with you on the weekends if necessary, in the evenings if necessary. Just shoot me an email, give me a little warning, let me know what works for you, and we'll set up a video conference. The course information is down here. This is the catalog description. This is the term, obviously, learning outcomes, and then grades. This is something that everybody cares about. Book, before we move on, required text and materials. This is the book that you need for the course. It's all written up there. Make sure that you have the digital access codes. That'll be very helpful so that you can take the quizzes. So grades. Taking a look here at grades. There are 5 main chunks of your grade. They're all worth 20%. The first are quizzes. Every unit will have a quiz associated with it. Responses or reader responses are worth 20%. These are paragraph length, 5 paragraph length answers and 5 definitions that'll correlate both with lecture materials and with textbook reading assignments. Discussions, which will be your flip grids, which again, for each unit, you'll have one of those. then you'll have your midterm exam and your final exam. So this is where you can find your grades. Now, let's take a look over here at those grades and those action items. So this is what you are going to need to do every unit. Every unit, you're going to need to complete the reading in the textbook. Then after you complete the reading in the textbook, I would like you to start at the top of the unit content and start working your way through. If you want to watch my lecture before you do the reading, that's fine. But then go through the unit content chronologically after you've completed the reading. Then each week there'll be a reading quiz and reader response questions. Again, the order that you do these is not imperative, but these come towards the end after you've done everything. And then finally, the last component of each unit is your discussion Flipgrid. So those are your action items. Every unit, aside from the midterm and the final units, this is what will be required of you. So getting back to the syllabus, class grading policies, you need to show up to class. Now, I know this is an online class or potentially in some cases a hybrid class, but you need to show up to class. That means you need to log in, you need to engage, you need to be doing the work on a regular basis. If the night that a unit is due, you happen to be a few hours late getting some of your content completed, I'm not concerned. That's not a big deal to me. It does not come down to the X minute. However, the exact minute. However, if you ghost out, you disappear for 2 weeks, there's no makeup. That's on you. Now, if you're emailing me and you have a family emergency or something along those lines, let me know. I'll work with you. But if you just disappear and then you come back, you start where the course is. All right. Coming on down here, academic conduct policy. Please don't cheat. Please don't try to circumvent Turnitin. You guys can all go ahead and read this. There's a professionalism policy and then a COVID policy. So spend some time, read your syllabus. It's a contract, as you know. It's very helpful for you to understand what's in here. All right. Now, when it comes to the course content over here, the last thing that I want to show you are your grades. So if you click on grades, you can, as it loads, you are able to track all of your grades. So these are the quizzes. These are the dates that the quizzes are due. Down here, you have your reader responses. Those will oftentimes take me a week or so to get back to you. You'll turn them in, and then I'll filter through them and then get them back to you. So you'll see grades popping up in these categories. Flipgrid participations will be the same way. You'll submit your Flipgrid, and then over the next few days or week, I will respond and or grade your Flipgrid. And then down here is your midterm exam and your final exam. So that's basically a quick introduction to course navigation and the syllabus. If you have any questions, as always, let me know.